And now we are here in the Ukrainian Reconstruction Summit, and you did do a lot of beautiful singing. Thank you so much for that. That was really amazing. What's the purpose, and what brought you here, and what makes you to sing so much sincere, you know?
So what brought me here was just my passion for singing songs that can uplift people, and I like to sing them all over the world for anybody. You know, I want to be able to, help heal the world through music, through vibration, through breathing, through spirituality. And so what brings me here is that I know that there's a lot of important stuff that needs to happen for rebuilding Ukraine. They've been through a lot of suffering, and wars all over the world need this kind of help. And I feel like my music, but also the message, can help with people that are dealing with PTSD, with trauma. There's a lot of breathing that I learned from India, those kind of ancient breathing techniques that help. They're scientifically proven to reduce the cortisol, the stress hormone, to get people out of PTSD, things like that. So I think coming to something like this, I can meet a lot of people and let them know that I'm here to serve, here to help in the places that are needed the most, and also hope that my music and my message, the powerful lyrics that are meant to be uniting, like my song Together We Rise, it's together, it's a uniting song, and it's meant for everybody. Not about taking sides and creating enemies, but bridging the divide, because we live in a very polarized world. We live in a world where people are, everyone is the enemy. And I think we have more in common than we believe. Like, I think people are connected more than maybe the media or the messages want to tell us. And I think it helps to meet people in person and not believe the things we see on the news and things like that, and focus on, like, who are the real people. And so a summit like this gives me an opportunity to reach more people and to be a part of something that could be amazing. It could help, it could rebuild a country that needs a lot of help, and also get the message out to the entire world about positivity.
Thank you very much. And here you brought up a very interesting point, and I think it's important to talk about, because yes, we do hear a lot of stuff in the media which actually divide us, and we do know the tools of propaganda and things which really start fueling people with the hate towards each other. And what can you tell to people? How do you see that? How much is that important to use the critical thinking to not fall into the hate, not fall into the propaganda? I don't know what we can do about that.
Well, I think it comes down to that each individual has to put the energy into it, because it takes time to do research. It takes time to ask questions, to be curious. To be critical thinking is critical, and it takes energy. And I think in this world we live in, where things are very fast, social media, headlines, people read one line and they don't even read the whole article anymore. And the article, the title is sometimes very much like clickbait, and it's designed to just create the message. They know people aren't going to read it, and it makes people feel already like an opinion. And it could be a negative opinion, and it may not be true, And a lot of times people need to do the more time, or maybe take the time to talk to real people. Talk to someone on the other side. Find out, what do they really believe? Is this person like racist, or is this person whatever? Because a lot of times it's not true. A lot of times they just have a different opinion on their solution, or they might believe in more government or less government, but maybe they're not racist. Maybe they just have a different perspective. And so I think a lot of it is coming down to, like, already choosing as an individual to understand the diversity of humans, the nuance of humans, the different types of perspectives, and try to understand them more. And I think in this world, people aren't seeking to understand. They're just seeking to judge, seeking to make conclusions, seeking to already put someone in a box and be triggered and to have an enemy. And I think if we go, instead of going, this person's like this, be like, why do they believe this? Let me understand where they're coming from first before making a judgment. And that takes work. So I think what I'm hoping to do is to inspire people to be less about, have you heard of Don Miguel Ruiz? Have you heard of that? Don Miguel Ruiz has these 4 agreements, it's called. It's called the 4 agreements. And one of them is like, don't make assumptions, or not using judgment, things like that. And I think if we start stepping into that, more of those morals and values, like don't judge a book by its cover, these kind of old phrases that have been around for 1,000 years, for example, they're there for a reason, and it's there to give us into a more of a consciousness, to elevate the consciousness, elevate our spirituality, and stop and think of, like, the way, what would Jesus do? All these kind of questions from every religion, every culture, is about loving the neighbor, loving your enemy, understanding people more. And I think it comes down to the people stepping into a conscious evolution. And I think we can do that here, and I hope to be able to help that with my music and my message, to just inspire a conscious evolution.
Thank you very much, and thank you for being today here at the summit, and spread your message and spread your love, and inspire others. Thank you so much.
Thank you.